Welcome back, everyone. We are on the fifth Sunday after Pentecost, or Ordinary Time if you're in the New Rite. But we are going to be doing another chant tutorial, and it will be on the Benedicam Dominum. Benedicam Dominum is a great offertory, mode 1, yeah, let's get into it. All right, here we go. So it is beautiful. It's short-ish for an offertory, short-ish. There are shorter ones, but 3 lines is pretty short. So we're gonna start that off at pitch again. So our introit was at pitch, offertory is at pitch. So beautiful entrance. Now, oddly enough, my teacher at the one of my teachers, I should say, because the Norbertines in Silverado Canyon in Orange County here, California, they were the people I learned, the monks that I learned chant from. And there's a distinct style of Norbertine chant, and we sing in a Norbertine parish, so there's a few things, including quarter bars, that we do a little bit differently than most choirs because of my influence there with them. But one of my other teachers, Philip Fournier, shout out to Philip Fournier if he ever sees this. This noom right here, it's a very interesting one. Every time we jump a fifth and go up a half step, I observe this vertical epizema right there, that guy, that little vertical epizema. I observe that as a held note. So you'll hear some choirs don't, some choirs do. It just all depends on, the choral master, right? Because there are as many different kinds of chant and ways of doing it as there are chant directors. So if you think I'm wrong at doing something, I probably am, because at your parish or at your church or in your community, you do it differently, and that's perfectly fine. You just can't say that this is not do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's about it. And there's a big swath, there's a latitude that you can interpret these things as. My one of the main rules is make it beautiful. make it beautiful, make it well done, and work hard at it. Mistakes will happen, but work hard at it. But enough of that. All right, that was like an introduction to the after the introduction. But let's start that off at pitch, starting on do is C. Benedicam Dominum, qui mi tribuit in te electum, providebam Deum in conspectum meo semper coniam ade extris est mi necum This is gorgeous. My goodness, I had to take a lot of sneak breaths in there. But that happens in a big choir. When you're singing by yourself, you kind of have to rely on the echo, or just practice really hard and like use with the astronauts that training device that astronauts use to build up that lung capacity, or just sing a bunch. I am sitting at my desk, which is a terrible position to be singing, and I don't want to set up, standing up, because then I do other videos and things, so it's not feasible. But let's check out some of those things. So there's just a lot going on. You can hear my son crying to get in the door, wailing and gnashing his teeth outside, trying to get in. But just ignore that. Just ignore that man back there. So we have. There he is. There he is. So we have Benedicam Dominum. Again, we mentioned that jump up and the way that it works. Then I hope you guys can't hear that. That's pretty funny. He's like, he really is wailing and gnashing his teeth. I might have to go deal with that. Oh, now he's banging the door down. Oh boy. So you see why I don't get much time during the week to stream these videos. But so qui mihi tribuit. Nope. So qui mihi tribuit. Notice that quilisma. As we go up to the top there, we use that as a passing tone, right? That's the rule, is that it's a passing tone. Some choirs will pass through that really fast, and the note before it is not held out. One of the Norbertine isms, the premonstratensian way of doing it, is that I do hold out that note before and the note before that, just automatically. It's just programmed in my brain. And then top note we do hold because of the horizontal episema. Qui mi. And important, actually, the rule for a flat in chant. So there's a couple of rules for flats in chants. In modern music, flats last till the bar line. It's kind of true in chant, but there's another thing that can cancel out a flat, and that is a new word. So a new word actually cancels out the flat. A lot of times you'll see a natural sign thrown in there just to caution everyone about it, but yeah, they actually don't do it that often. They don't have to. It's like a cautionary accidental. So then notice how many major thirds are in this. This is like, this mode 1 is one of those mode 1s that goes to fa, and it just kind of floats around fa. A lot like one of the psalm tones. The psalm tone, actually, why don't we just look at it. Look at that. The psalm tone. It's almost like a psalm tone. We just changed it into a psalm tone. Benedicam Dominum. And then you get the conspectum meo semper quoniam ad extris es mine commovear. Mode 1, right? But we don't want that. We want the full offertory. So notice, o semper. There you go. Mode 1 has fa as one of its places it can end. So it's interesting that at the end we kind of overshoot, and the mihi. Oh, that's another Norbertinism. A lot of choirs will say mi-ki. Mi-ki. So, and you'll see in old medieval manuscripts M-I-C-H-I, which is Miki, because they didn't have a K in Latin until very recently. Yeah, sometimes you'll see C-H-I, kind of the k sound. We don't do it at St. Michael's Abbey or in our choir, because Abbot Eugene Hayes, the current abbot at St. Michael's Abbey, said, and I quote, "Do not do Miki. You will not do Miki. It is forbidden to say Miki. It is mihi, mihi, mihi. All day mihi. It is also nihil." So he was very strong on that. And then he said, and that is under obedience. So he told all the novices and then juniors that it was under obedience that you had to do it that way. So I have graciously, even though I'm not under obedience to the abbot, I decide that I will obey his prescription. And the kind of not tongue-in-cheek and kind of not anecdotal support for that is that we use the ecclesiastical pronunciation of Latin, not the classical pronunciation. And ecclesiastical pronunciation actually comes from using the way an Italian would say it. So it's very localized. But when Rome is in Italy and all the people who live in the Curia are Italian, there you go. It's mihi. Um, so, and it doesn't, there's various reasons to do it the other way. If your choir director says to say Miki, you say Miki because that's correct. If your choir director says to not say Miki and say something else, well then maybe that's wrong. But you have to say the word. But usually the choir director knows what he's talking about when he does pronunciation. And then, just follow orders in this regard. So yeah. I think the big thing is knowing that fa. So if you can keep ba or ba, your final, and then fa, fa, fa. We have kind of this. These are our notes that this kind of plays around this minor seventh chord. No one in chant in the medieval era would ever say that this is the chord you're working with, but it is. And modern ears pick that out right away. So you might as well use it. Let's sing it one more time because we're kind of running over, and then we'll call it an offertory. There's not too much that there was other stuff I wanted to talk about with this. No, I think that's it. Just listen to it a bunch. Just I don't know. There has to be an easier way of doing this, but oh well. One more time. Benedicam Dominum, qui mihi tribuit in te lectum providebam Deum in conspecto me. There we go. Our mea culpa of the day. Meo semper. So backing up to that meo. Sorry, it ruins. You were probably singing along. And I'm going a little sharp. The fourth. I went down a minor third. That's a very easy mistake to make. Starting at the meo, and then we'll finish up. Meo semper quoniam a dextris est mihi. I remember what I wanted to talk about. Dextris est mihi. Give enough time between the notes to say the word. I think I should just sing it once and then sing it again and actually make a running commentary as I go. New format. Okay. Keep going sharp. Ne como. Me. I'm gonna start there because it just sounds wrong starting on the ne. Me. He. Right. Let's hear that dexterous says mihi one more time. Dextris est mihi. Ne como. This is a little wonky. Mo, 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 o, ve, ar. This guy right here, that quarter bar, we are going to take as a sneak breath, really. Mo, mo, because that one doesn't make sense why it's there. Now, Norbertines would actually break there and make it sound very beautiful. But the much different style of singing. I'm much more forward in my interpretation, meaning forward, meaning making sure it moves, and what's called improvisational, making it sound like someone's improvising instead of just so improvising, following kind of the shape of the neumes themselves as a guide for the interpretation of the rhythm. Anyway, we'll call that an offertory because that's already too long of a video, almost 17 minutes. And thank you for joining me. If you have not already, hit that subscribe and the bell icon. Smash that like button. We'll think of other words to say for all that. And we'll see you in the next video. I'm gonna have to go teach a lesson, so I'll be streaming that a little bit in the afternoon. So if you're welcome to join me if you get the notification on your phone. If not, it is online and you can always watch it later. Happy chanting, and see you in the next video.